Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Seasonal Tokens Podcast, where Polar interviews people so you can do more investing and less gambling.
We both know that right now it's a little bit more complicated market to invest. So what you would advise beginners to do at the moment if they're interested in crypto investing?
It really depends on where they are. So, there's some people who want to get in, but they're not sure how. And obviously, like a mutual fund, whether it's stock mutual fund or crypto mutual fund, that's a great way to get started. Like when I first started investing, I used mutual funds because I didn't know how to do it myself. And after I'd started using mutual funds for a while, I started to read the reports and I started to understand why they were doing things. And the average person can understand Coca-Cola shares go up in summer because everyone's drinking fizzy water, and Coca-Cola shares go down in winter because people are drinking less fizzy water. So you can understand those sort of seasonal things, and you start to understand different industries occur at different times and things like that. So getting started, again, you start with a mutual fund if that's the way you want to go. Otherwise, there's plenty of courses and training and trading that you can do out there. Out of the thousands and thousands of different people on YouTube, there's actually 3 that I would listen to. Literally 3 out of thousands, because I know these guys personally and I know they actually walk their talk. I know how much money they make from trading. I know how much money they're making from selling courses and things on YouTube. Whereas most of the people who are giving away the advice are actually just full of it. They lease a Mercedes for the day, or they lease a Lamborghini, take a photo of themselves in front of it, and they don't actually make any money on trading. They make money from selling people courses and things like that. So getting started, just be wary that about 90% of the stuff that you'll hear is lies. Obviously, you can look at like the top 5 or the top 10 on CoinMarketCap. Same as if you invested in the top 10 stocks, even 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you're going to be okay. There are companies who do go broke, and I've obviously badmouthed Kodak and MySpace and these sort of guys. But if you're diversifying into 10 different ones, if 1 or 2 go broke, the other ones tend to do a lot better, because all the people who used to be with MySpace now go on to Facebook. All the people who used to go to Blockbuster Video now sign up with Netflix or Disney Plus or whatever. So diversifying like that, there's a lot of little tiny apps that you can get for your phone where you can put in like $1 a day or $2 a day. I've got one that I've been putting in $10 a day for several years. And if the market's going up, it buys less, obviously, because the price is higher. If the market's going down, then you're actually buying more because the price is lower. But it's just getting into that discipline of saving a little bit all the time and investing, because again, it's good to do your homework, but the worst mistake you'll ever make is doing too much homework, and you get what we call analysis paralysis. You start reading and researching all this stuff, but you never actually take any action. And then 3 years later, you go, geez, I wish I had bought that thing when all my friends did. So start simple, start small, do something. Even if it's only, $2 or $3 a day, that's what you spend on coffee or something like that. You can get a lot of these little apps where you can just start putting a couple of dollars into the top 5 or the top 10. That's enough to get started, and then check back on it. Don't look at it every day, but check back on it in 6 months, check back on it in 12 months, and see how much you've got.
Really nice, really nice. So I think that we have talked a lot about how people can do better investing, but I just can't hold myself and ask you the question that I ask every guest that we have on our podcast, which is, how do you think a person can do more investing rather than gambling in crypto?
I guess if you've seen enough movies, they say, like on The Simpsons and The Hangover and things like that, it's only gambling if you don't know what you're doing. Right? I mean, obviously going into a casino is gambling, and the house has always got the odds rigged in their favour. But in investment markets, whether it be property, bonds, stocks, shares, crypto, whatever, if you don't know what you're doing, it's basically gambling. You may as well be throwing a dart at the wall. And there's plenty of people out there, and it's like, oh, my friend's cousin made 50,000% on Dogecoin or Shiba Inu coin or Squid Game coin or whatever. Like, cool, anybody can get lucky once, but show me the person who's done it 3 times. Show me the person who's done it 4 times. I can show you my records. I've done it 6 times just in our fund, right? because we actually know what we're doing. We've got 14 years of crypto history, which is not very long, but behind that is 20, 30 years in the stock market. And behind that is you can tell what the stock market did over the last 400 years, right? Because you can actually get charts of what the Dutch East India Company did when there was a war on, how BHP went when there was a Great Depression and things like that. So when you start to see what's going on in the world, you say, okay, this is what happened to stocks and shares and property the last time we had a war. This is what happened to stocks and shares and property the last time we had low interest rates or high interest rates. So learning a few of those tricks can be helpful. But otherwise, you got to rely on the experts. And there's very few people who can actually prove and show and demonstrate what they've done over time. A lot of people can make claims, but it's up to you to find out who can back it up. So, anybody wants to check me out, go nuts. Google my name, find out the book I wrote 2 years before the GFC that was predicting a massive stock market crash and property market crash. I'm happy to stand on my record and say, I've done things, I'm okay.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. These days, everyone is an expert and influencer. Like you can just put graphics that you have stolen from somewhere, like showing how great of a trader you are. And after that, you are the best expert in the crypto industry. So these days, it's very easy to fake it because, it's very popular belief that you have to fake it till you make it. So I have seen this during all my more than 14 years of marketing, many people and experts, especially doing that. And in the end, they don't even make it. They just fake it. But I suppose it's normal. It's a new industry. And it's understandable that a lot of people will try to get advantage of others because of that. It's part of the evolution of every type of industry, I believe. So we are close to 1 hour in the podcast, which is amazing. And I'm very, very happy. And again, honored to have you here. But I suppose people won't have enough time to listen everything that you have to share.
Listen on fast forward. Listen while you're doing the laundry or the shopping or something.
Exactly. So are there any final words that you want to share with our listeners?
Yeah, I mean, if anybody wants to find out more, we literally started a not-for-profit organisation before we started the business, giving away the information for free because wanting to share it so that other people didn't lose their money in crypto. We wanted to share it so other people can make money in the stock market and crypto. So if anybody wants to go and find out how to do it for themselves, not-for-profit organisation, we update new articles and new projects, new crypto projects every couple of weeks at crillionaire.com. So that's CRY as in crypto, and then the last bit of millionaire. At crillionaire.com, we give away a lot of free information, and it's been updated every couple of weeks for the last 5 or 6 years. And then if you want to get a copy of my stock market book for free instead of paying $30 on Amazon, go to bostontrading.co, sign up for the newsletter. And every month we send out a newsletter which basically says, here's what's going on in the world with interest rates and governments and wars and famines and things like that. Here's how that affects the stock market. Here's how that affects the crypto market. So you can read the newsletter for free. You can even go back and see where we actually predicted the 2020 crash because we've got the last 5 or 6 years of newsletters on the website. So you can see what we're investing into depending on what season it was. And you'll learn along the way. You'll learn a bit more about how markets work, about the stock market, about the crypto market. And obviously, if you want us to give us your money, we're happy to take your money. But if you just want to take the knowledge and use it, we're happy to share that with you.
Amazing. Yeah, all the resources that you just mentioned, we're going to put them on the show notes. So if people are interested to find out more about your mutual fund, about your educational non-profit organization, they'll have this opportunity. So Jeremy, I want to say a big thank you again for being a guest on the podcast. It was an amazing show, I think.
I can't believe it's been an hour. It feels like we've just been chatting for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's been awesome.
Absolutely. And I feel sorry to everyone because they can't see your amazing dogs that I can see right now. They are really, really nice and cute. But anyway, thank you very much again. And thank you very much to all of our listeners that have been part of our journey, part of all of our episodes. I'm really grateful for your support. So if you want to enjoy all that's coming, please subscribe to your favorite platform. And yeah, I'm Polar, the CMO of Seasonal Tokens, and I'll talk to you on the next episode. Bye.